Welcome to another episode of Candid Conversations, hosted by your truly tech coach Ralph, where we are engineered to win. In today's episode of Candid Conversations, I wanted to talk to you guys about, building momentum, keeping it going, how I am able to do the things that I'm able to do. So that's what I want to talk about. A lot of people ask me like, how are you able to do so much? How are you able to accomplish all the things that you say you want to accomplish? And honestly, it's it's a strategy that I had to come up with to be able to set a goal and go out there and get whatever I want to do. And I'll give you some examples, and I also want to go through some. I was looking at some of my YouTube analytics since I started the channel last year, and we'll talk about that. But before we go any further, do me a big favor if it is your first time here, or maybe not your first time, but you haven't done so already, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know every time that we go live and drop new content, as well as go to techcoachralph.dev. Check out what I have over there. I have exclusive content that you're not going to find anywhere else online, where I'm sharing with you the different sprint reviews that the Tech Barbarians do. I'm sharing with you strategies that you can get into, you can use to better enhance your resume, that you can use to prepare for interviews, that you can do when you're looking for jobs, as well as you can get the opportunity to sign up for one-on-one coaching with me, where I can work with you, I can help you out, we can run it up together. That is at techcoachralph.dev, right? But that being said, we're going to jump into this topic for today. Like I said, I want to talk to you guys about like building momentum for yourself and then going out there and executing and going out there and get what you want, right? So we'll start off with this way, right? The number one thing is that you have to do whatever it is that you're going after, whether you're into tech stuff, whether you are looking to be some type of martial arts competitor, whatever it is, right? Whatever it is that you're into. Maybe you're an athlete, basketball, baseball, football, who knows what. It has to be, you have to be doing it for you. Whenever people do things for like other people, other reasons, then it is not like, it's a recipe for disaster, because you're going to start to feel resentment because you don't want to be doing what you're doing. And then you're going to be like living to do it for other people. So for me, anything that you see that I'm doing here, it has significant value to me first. I need to add value into myself, into my life, so that I can then be able to add value into other people's life. Because if I don't care about what I'm doing, then it's going to be hard for me to share that and portray that to other people. So whenever you see me learning different softwares and technologies, and or if I'm talking about, which we'll talk about a little bit more later, about jujitsu, like all those things are for me. It's for my growth. It's for my development. It's for my success. And I think a lot of times that people see things in other people that those other people, they don't even care about it for themselves. And honestly, I'm always like, I have to be committed to whatever it is that I'm doing. If it's for someone else, it's not going to last that long. I'll start off with one example, right? I always like, people say how important stretching is, and I can't even count. Like I'll set a goal in my mind, like, I wanna stretch more, and this, as soon as I have the opportunity, because I hate stretching, I just hate stretching, right? As soon as I have the opportunity to miss it or do something else, then I'll take it, right? But on the other hand, on the other side, you'll see how I'll come up on the fly with a different idea, and then I'll do explorations and start building it, and we'll go for weeks on building it. Like for example, the dictionary app that we've been building on Thursday nights is very enjoyable to me, because all the things that we've been learning over the past year in relations to microservices in relations to API development, in relations to web development and React, in relationships to AWS, Mongo, all those things, they get to come together. And we get to, and I get to learn, and I get to share it with you. But to be honest with you, like it's not for you, it's for me. And you're like, those who are watching and following along, they are an added beneficiary to what I'm learning. So I'm helping myself in order to be able to help you. And as I'm going through these different things, I get so many more ideas. And I'll give you an example. So working on the dictionary app, right? We build the API, and we're like, all right, this is the model for the API. We're going to be storing the definitions. We're going to be storing where the data comes from, the URL to get to it. We're going to be storing like what the actual definition is and some examples. And then I thought to myself, I'm like, well, how can we format the text in a easy to read way? And I'm like, well, what about if we have HTML in where we're storing it, right? So that we can render it on the front end. So I'm like, all right, cool. Let me see. I searched for it to see how can I do that, and boom, right there. Like, oh, you just got to do this. And now I get another idea. I'm like, okay, now I should add to the website a way to be able to add new terms, right? And I'm like, this is all for me, because it like from the Saturday morning show that we're reviewing economic information that I wanted to learn for myself so I can have a better understanding of all these different numbers that are being released. I said, okay, well, let me build my own database and front end to be able to access that information, to be able to explain it and understand it better myself. And now from that, it's grown into, now we're like, all right, I have different ideas for what to put on the front end, different ideas on how to store the data, and it just like keeps my mind stimulated. Same thing with the Terraform, the DevOps. When building the project with the Tech Barbarians for the quotes application, I was able to I'm like, all right, well, I needed to learn Terraform, and I'm like, all right, the things that I'm building, I'm using to learn Terraform, and then in turn, I'm able to share it with you. And it's like, whatever the analytics for the channels are, it's just an added benefit. But the greater thing is what I'm able to learn, whether it's Python, whether it's React, whether it's JavaScript, whether it's TypeScript, all like different, like Playwright. So like in the past year, a little bit over a year, I've learned so much. Like it's crazy, right? And it's like, what's the momentum? Well, it's to build on top of what I've already built. So and like same thing with the morning streams. When I'm working on the time cost calculator, because when I'm working on the time cost calculator, right, I'll be finished with the show. And I'm like, oh, but we're so close. And I'm like, I wonder how I could do this. And do a little bit more research. And it turns out to like another 30 minutes. But it's because I have a genuine interest in learning and in what I'm doing. And I think that a lot of times the reason that it's so hard to build the momentum, to build that consistency, is because you really don't care about what it is that you're doing. You'd rather be doing something else. And for me, one thing for me is that I train my mind to care about the things, like let's say this tech stuff wasn't super interesting to me, right? Well, that means that I need to retrain my mind, because I need to be able to show myself the value in doing this thing. Like, I'll give you an example. The Saturday morning economic information show, it wasn't that interesting to me. Like before, like I'm like, oh, yeah, that's cool. But I'm like, this is so important to learn. Like this is like, without understanding the economy and all that type of stuff, this tech stuff doesn't really mean much. And nothing really, like understanding how money works and how this information is brought to us and what's real and what's not real, it's so important. So I said, you know what? I need to at first to start off force myself to be interested in it. So when we first get started, like, all right, trying to figure out what it means and stuff. But then what I had to, I'm like, all right, how do I gamify it? How do I make it to me where I'm going to have fun learning this? Where I'm going to implement my tech skills in order to make it dynamic, not just, oh, I'm just reading this document. Because I remember, like, when we first started, I'm just reading through this document, using AI to try to make it easier to understand, and then from that, it like, from getting started, instead of getting discouraged and walking away from it, we took that and we're building this whole application in order to help facilitate these shows. When I'm coaching people, I'm always trying to find them, like, I'm trying to attach some type of value to what they're working on. So you're learning, so we're learning, we're building an app, right? I'm like, okay, well, I need you to go and do this. I need you to go research that. When we're building the quotes application, I'm like, all right, I need this team, this pair, to go and make a recommendation on which database we should be using to store the data, to store the quotes and the author and whatever else. I need you to go figure out the database schema and the API schema that we should be using, so that having actual involvement and contribution, instead of just like, oh, to go take this class and go take that class. I remember I already knew web development, but just to get a better understanding of the JavaScript and learning about React and stuff like that, I took a web development course like 2 years ago, more or less, maybe 3 years ago. And at the time, I learned React, but I didn't really have that solid grasp of it. And then coming back to it just recently, because I had, so in the dictionary app, it is in React, but also migrating the quotes application to a microservice. I said, you know what, the way that we did it, like when we first started, it wasn't done the right way. It should have been in React in the first place. So now going back into React again, I'm like, okay, this is actually making a lot more sense. Understanding the states and the use state and all of that, and then learning about tools, about packages like Axios and how to make API calls within JavaScript and React and things like that. I'm like, wow, this is actually starting to click again. I learned this 2-3 years ago, and now it's actually starting to click a lot better. And that's where the momentum comes from. The way that I'm able to do this is I have to keep myself. I don't care for anybody else putting like pressure on me or trying to keep me accountable, because guess what? I have to keep myself accountable before anybody else can. We had a kind of conversations like earlier this year where my thing was, I put myself on a PIP before anybody else can. I put myself on a performance improvement plan before anybody else can. Throughout my career, when working, it didn't really mean much to me, the reviews that I would have from work, from like whoever my manager was, right? Because they could not be more critical of me than I am of myself. They could not, I never meet the expectations that I meet for myself, and therefore they, like, on their end, a lot of times I'm either meeting the expectations or I'm exceeding the expectations because I set my bar so high. So many people say, oh, you're too hard on yourself, you're too hard on yourself, you're too hard on yourself. Why am I so hard on myself? Because I don't want to lose. I don't want to be a loser. I don't want to take my foot off the gas. Because as soon as you take your foot off the gas, then you start to wander, start to sputter. It's over. And I'm like, all right, what are the goals that I'm trying to achieve? And goals can shift, but that is why I am relentless in like my scheduling, my calendar. I'm like, all right, I might be tired tonight, but tomorrow is a new day. Let me get some sleep, and then we're going to pick it back up. How do you build that momentum? You schedule it and then you keep to it. And I'm always looking for new tools to be able to implement what I need to do. Where there's a will, there's a way. I just installed an app recently where in order to make sure I don't miss appointments, I still have to work on configuring it a little bit better, but or not to miss appointments. This app serves as an alarm clock for what's on my calendar. So that way, when I have an appointment coming up, it's going to ring 15 minutes before whatever's on my calendar happens, and then it's going to ring at the time of whatever's on the calendar. It's kind of annoying, to be honest, right? I have way too many things on my calendar, but I'll work on the configuration. But you have to stick to your schedule. Your schedules can be modified, but there are some things that are must do's on that schedule. On my schedule, stretching is not a must do. It probably should be, but it's not. But you have to say, all right, these are the things that I am a total failure and loser if I don't get them done. You have to talk to yourself that way. Because if you're serious, there should be nothing, absolutely nothing standing in your way from accomplishing what you say you want to accomplish. You want to be in the tech, right? And honestly, I think this is another part of the problem, right? Being that people lie to you about how easy the tech industry is, and then you go into it and you see it's not as easy as you thought. So then you quit. So you're looking for the easy way out. See me, I'm always like when I go into something, I want the toughest, most challenging way to it, because then it's smooth sailing from there. Before we wrap it up, I'll give you. I always like to go back to jiu-jitsu because I've been doing it for 4.5 years now. When majority of people who start, when you start, you're a white belt. Majority of them don't even make it to blue belt, and then you have some people. They'll show up for the first month, 3, 4, 5 times a week. Then they'll do it for the first 3 months, right? They're showing up 3 to 5 times a week. And then you start to see them less and less. You'll see them twice a week, and then once a week, and then twice every 2 weeks or once every 2 weeks, until all of a sudden you don't see them anymore. Because they joined. It was for a moment. They didn't build any momentum. It was just for the moment. And I like to finish what I start, especially if I can see the value that it's bringing to me and then to those around me. So I I saw a video the other day, right, in relation to the jiu-jitsu, and it said like one white belt showing another white belt how to do the move, and it's like from wrong to, or it was one white belt correcting another white belt, right, and it was like from more wrong to a little bit less wrong, but still wrong, like very wrong in the end. And a lot of times we like to try to teach what we don't know, but we have one day of experience. So now I can teach somebody who has 0 days of experience, right? But now after doing it for 4.5 years, I have a much better understanding of what the professors and coaches were telling me throughout the years, and able to add a little bit of insight to those who are coming behind me. Now, will they stay? I don't know. And quite frankly, I don't really care, honestly, right? Because everybody is responsible for themselves. We have to make ourselves we have to make ourselves the center of our accomplishments. I'm not looking to accomplish things to satisfy or please other people. It has to be for me first. And then I can help other people. And then I can, I would rather people celebrate with me instead of other people get to celebrate on behalf of me. Because then I'm not there because I want to be there. I'm there because I feel that I have to be there, and I don't want to be placed in that situation. I just don't want to. I want to do things and learn things because it's enabling me to do more, and that's where I get the momentum from. From learning Terraform, now we're doing DevOps, to being able to do Python, automate in a bunch of different languages, use databases, build different applications, build mobile applications. It's all for me. It is all for me. And with that being said, being able to maneuver that way and having that mindset and having that dedication, having my calendar that's okay, Sundays, this is the show that you have to do. Sundays, or every other Sunday, you need to. We're doing our Scrum Night and leading people through that. All the different shows that we do, releasing videos. It is to help me, and then in turn, I'm able to help you. I cannot help you if I cannot help myself. Simple as that, right? So, with that being said, I just wanted to take a look at this real quick, right? So I was curious to see how many live streams I did since my channel started. So it looked like I created this channel in April 23rd of 2023, but I didn't really post any content till like the end of May, right? So total live streams since I got started it's 557 live streams. That's a lot, right? This year, we've gone live almost every day. I think the only day we don't really go live is on Fridays. We don't go live on Fridays, and then we've added some additional shows, videos that I've published, whether premiered or scheduled, is 427, and then the shorts are 107, right? The views from here's the kicker, right? I enjoy doing the live streams and learning new things and figure things out on the fly, so you can see the real reaction of me trying to figure things out, trying to search for things. I enjoy doing the live streams more. As you can see, I have over 100 more live streams than I have videos. And then a lot of the videos, they're clips from the Q&A show as well, right? But look at the views. I have over 57,000 views on the videos and over 23,000 views on the live streams. So the videos are doubling the live stream views. However, the live streams empower the video views. And for me, it's like the content is generating content. I'm learning, I'm figuring things out. We're having our Q&A shows, and then we're able to create additional videos from that, as well as videos like Candid Conversations, as well as software explorations, concept and overviews, as well as the bug bite, right? But it's just very, very interesting that those live streams, that is what gives me that momentum and that consistency and that discipline to keep going. For me to cancel a live stream, it's like I have to be really sick or I have to be out of town. Because as much as I would love to do these videos out of town, the setup and having the monitors and everything like that is way too much, right? And can't even trust on the internet that I have when I go to different places. But looking at the looking at the numbers, you would think that I'm like, oh, I should only focus on videos, but the live streams is what powers the videos. And the live, like, if I couldn't learn on the live streams, I wouldn't have any videos to put out. And whatever the subs are, at the end of the day, the YouTube channel is a byproduct, a necessary byproduct, because one of the reasons I started the channel is because I started the channel so I can document my learning, and that I can hold myself accountable to learn. So maybe if you're having trouble learning what you should be learning, or doing the things that you say that you want to do, start a YouTube channel, right? Maybe that's a strategy. Start a YouTube channel so that you can force yourself to stay consistent with what you're supposed to do. Although I've seen people who start YouTube channels and then they don't, right? But whatever. So and it's like, now I'm looking at this. It says so there were 2.3 million impressions, and the views from those impressions was 52,000 views, and the watch hours from that is like 6,000 hours. So it's like, once you have something that you are going after, it's going to lead to other things. And that's how I'm able to keep my momentum going. That's how I'm able to keep my energy up, because I have created my own strategy that I'm doing what I want to do in a way that's going to benefit me everywhere that I go, whether I'm creating my own software, whether I'm at work. When I needed to learn Terraform for work, or actually I wanted to learn Terraform for work. So I said, you know what, I'm going to live stream myself learning Terraform. And now, am I the best in Terraform? No, but I can do a lot. And that's the thing. Like, I'm like, all right, you need to create your strategy. What entertains you, and you take what entertains you, and you put that in a strategy that's going to help you learn. And that's my secret to my momentum. That is my secret to my momentum, and that's how I'm able to be with you guys. And you'll see me go for like 2 hours streaming on building some type of application, and then we have fun in the chat, and we make jokes and stuff like that. And then we get back to work, and then we get back to making jokes. We get back to work. We just have a ball. We have a ball, And that's why I think that's why people come and hang out with me on the streams. Like, it's educational and informative, but we also have fun. And for those, this is not your type of learning. I remember somebody told me like, oh, the sounds and stuff like that. I'm like, it's sadly, it is not for you. It is for me, and that's how I'm going to learn. I need that excitement. I need that fun so that I can, because if I cannot have fun doing this, then I'm not coming back. I'll just stay to myself and do the things that I do. So, as much as I have fun with everyone here, this channel is for me, right? And that's how. But by it being for me, by me being me, I hope that it's able to add value to you. That's the way that I see it. That's how I think about it, right? Hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully you let me know. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about what I said. And if you need some strategies on how to build momentum, let's talk about it. You can call in on Tuesday nights. You can sign up for coaching. You can sign up for the Patreon. You can send me a message in there, and let me help you help yourself. Let me help you help yourself. I know sometimes people want to help other people. I honestly don't think that. I think we need to rethink and re-strategize how we see helping other people. If they do not want it for themselves, then it is an exercise in futility. They should be coming to you that say, "Hey, I want to do this. Can you help me get there?" And then I ask them like, "Well, give me your game plan. Give me your business plan. What is it that you're looking to accomplish?" Because at this point I don't trust people anymore. They'll say so many things, but their actions do not follow their words. All right. Anyways, thank you guys so much for tuning in to another episode of Candid Conversations. I had a great time talking to you. Hopefully you found this helpful and informative. And I'm curious to know what you think. Let me know. I am curious to hear. Leave me some feedback. Call me up on Tuesday. We can have a conversation about it. Like I said, join the Patreon. Send me a message. Get access to amazing content. But we're going to wrap it up. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. On your way out, do me a big favor. If you haven't done so already, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know every time we go live and drop new content, as well as go to techcoachdrive.dev, see the exclusive content that we have over there, from our sprint reviews to the full Scrum night, to how to update your resume. What I'm going to be updating my resume really soon live as well, to how to use LinkedIn to connect and network with people in the industry you're looking to be in, how to use AI and Glassdoor to research the company and the job that you're looking for, things of that nature. And you can sign up for one-on-one coaching with me where we can work together, and I can help you employ all of those strategies that I have on the Patreon so you can level up and so that you can win, all right? And that way you can build momentum. You do it for you, and then everything else will follow, all right? With that being said, I'm out of here, guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to Candid Conversations. Build that momentum. Build that momentum. This is Tech Coach Ralph. We are out.